Welcome everyone to The Abyss, a place filled entirely with random conversation. In today's episode, Scheme and Jay jump back into the world of Reddit and read stories of other people's mistakes. They will discuss and rank each story based on their severity. You may even hear stories from the two about their deepest, darkest mistakes. So sit back, relax, and join us on this journey into the abyss.
Welcome back to the Abyss Reads Reddit Stories. I'm Scheme, and I'm here with Jay.
Hello.
And today we're reading Reddit stories from Today I Effed Up. All right.
Right. So yeah, we looked at last episode we basically ranked if someone was the a-hole or not, whether they were good or bad. Now we're just gonna rank how bad someone effed up today.
Yeah, we got about 4 stories, so
4.
Let's get into it.
Oh, by the way, before we
All
get
right.
in, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like these topics, let us know. If you have an idea of a topic you want us to talk about, let us know in the comments. We'll read it and we'll talk about it in another episode. Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Who's gonna start first?
I will start.
Okay.
All right. Today I effed up by turning productivity into a laxative. Already starting off strong.
That's okay.
What?
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Oh, by the
So
way,
at the start-
I gotta make something clear real quick. On the bottom of the screen, you'll see a question mark out of 10. At the end of a story, we are going to bring it up and we are going to rate how bad this person effed up. 1 being not that bad at all to 10 being abysmal. So you'll see this pop up a few times in the video.
I feel like only one of these stories is gonna be at least around a 10, you know?
Okay, so we're
Let's see
setting
though.
that bar.
Yeah. Today I effed up by turning productivity into a laxative. So at the start of the year, I felt super unproductive and ADHD had my brain all over the place. So I bought the Refined Days time blocking planner to try to get productive again. Every morning I sit down, open the planner, and map out my day by making a to-do list and giving each task a dedicated time in my schedule. It has been working amazingly, and I am much more productive than I used to be. But after doing this routine for a few weeks, I noticed something else. I'd always have to poop right after. I figured it was just excitement to get things done or the coffee kicking in. But now it's become a thing. I finish planning and boom, my stomach's like, it's go time. What's worse is that on the weekends, I don't use the planner and I don't poop. I just walk around feeling bloated and sluggish, like I missed a meeting with my digestive system. But on Monday, planner's open and the floodgates are back. It's gotten to the point where I don't even get to write down all my tasks in the planner and my gut starts shifting. I've unintentionally trained myself like a dog, a very organized, slightly constipated dog. TLDR, I used a planner to fix my productivity, accidentally fixed my bowel schedule too.
Okay.
Now I can't poop without planning.
Bruh. Bruh.
That's a 10. That's a 10.
That's immediately
Ah.
good.
All right. Yeah, that's not super bad. Like that. I just want to know how those two things are connected.
So basically a daily schedule and pooping.
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. That's definitely not a super bad thing, but if this person can't go, I don't think they said if they were a girl or guy, whatever.
I don't think it
But
matters.
yeah, the fact that they actually did train themselves, like they said, they unintentionally trained themselves like a dog. That's actually That's actually kind of crazy, but I feel like, if it works for him, that's perfectly fine. But no,
Another thing
no.
is just also depending on what they're putting in their body as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was posted 2 hours ago. And I'm just
As of this
wondering, like,
video is being recorded, this is oh wow.
yeah, this is very recent. I'm just wondering, like, was this a problem for them prior? Because
Maybe not.
they didn't say anything about that. They didn't have any point in the story where they said that they couldn't go before.
Yeah,
So I'm assuming this is a new thing with being productive. You know,
interesting.
honestly, it might be, in my opinion, I could be completely wrong. It might be the fact that they're probably moving around a lot more,
Right.
if they're not productive and let's say they're just kind of relaxing all the time or whatever, just like laying down or sitting down. They're probably got something moving,
You gotta use certain words, you know.
Yeah.
Um. Well, so it's at the start of the year, so surely this person hasn't done it at all. It's only been going on for a year-long issue, and so I mean,
Yeah,
it's always good.
so
It's always good
it's
to
only
have
been
a
7 months.
plan for your day, but that is
Yeah.
such a weird thing where if you're at like when you're doing certain routines, it triggers a bodily function.
Yeah. You heard it
It's
here,
so
people.
weird.
If you become productive, you have to poop.
Right.
That's somehow that is what I got out of the
Isn't that
story,
hey, isn't that some form of productivity? Because if you don't do that, then
It is.
yeah, you'll get sick.
You know what? You're right. That is productivity.
Technically, hey, if we're being honest here, they're just adding more productivity to their schedule.
Yeah.
They
You
call
know what?
that they
Maybe
call
they
that a
could put
misfortune.
Yeah. Yo, I think they should add pooping to the schedule. Then they're even more productive because they wrote
Right.
it down.
Right.
Now they could say, "My poop time is here. I can go," and then that's going to be
Always
the time
gotta
where they can't go.
always gotta have a poop window.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. It's funny
Yeah.
because
Honestly.
this happened like whenever I go on a vacation or a trip, whenever I'm about to go out and do something, I gotta make sure I poop before I leave. You know
Bro,
what I'm
you did
saying?
not need to say that. I'm not gonna lie to you. You did you I didn't ask, bro. I didn't ask that question, bro.
Yeah,
Yo.
whatever. Everyone poops,
All right.
Cody.
Not me. Been
It
22
just
years.
disappears in your stomach.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
curious. I think we should rate this
Honestly, that's like a 2 out of 10.
a 2 out of 10.
Yeah. Easily. Easily.
I'd say I mean, especially with the part where it gets to a certain point where it's happened so much, especially if it's in a 7 month period, it's probably about time you've gotten used to it. At first, if it's like out of nowhere and random, I'd probably put it up to like a 4. But since,
Yeah,
especially if it's
maybe.
gone for
Maybe.
like 7 months ish, this person probably would have known the routine, probably would have known, like, okay, this is when you'd expect. This is so weird how we're talking about the fact that like someone poops in their schedule. This is weird.
Yeah.
But since if over time they get used to that routine, they know that, I think it'd be down to maybe like a 2.5.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not really bad at all. I don't really think they effed up. That's just kind of honestly that's not bad. getting into a routine and being regular, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I say
All right.
2.5 ish.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good score. All right. On to the next one.
All right. Now, before we do that, just saying,
Yeah.
again, don't forget to like and subscribe this video.
Also, don't forget to comment, you know?
We
Tell us
like those
what
comments.
you guys want to see. All right. Next story.
All right. Here we are. All right. Do you want me to read this one?
Yeah, that's all you.
All right. Give me a moment here. Cool. All right. Here we go. Today I effed up by accidentally poisoning my mom's indoor garden plants. What? This
It
person.
happens.
Okay.
I would assume this happens more
Okay.
often than people think, you know?
Okay. All right. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. As the title said, 16, 16-year-old female. Is that what that means?
Yes.
Okay. Accidentally poisoned my mom's plant, so I am someone who loves plants. After my grandma died, I have used them as a way to cope. I personally have at least 70-ish plants. 70-ish plants. 70.
You know what?
Where she live? The
The
jungle?
mom's not gonna know. The mom's not gonna notice.
She lives in like a freaking
70.
jungle.
Yo,
Anyways.
imagine at the end that's what it says. Oh, by the way, I live in the forest.
Imagine, that'd be funny. All right, continuing. So, 70-ish plants that I have either bought online or from stores. My mom treats me like our household's plants expert and gotten herself into gardening as well, but she is growing more edible foods, lemon seedlings, some type of pepper, tomato starters. A friend gave her a 1-year-old avocado plant. I have helped her out with this, and I, as well as her, are happy to see these plants. We keep them indoors, and my mom was planning on putting them outside on a vertical garden she just bought. The problem is that I don't grow edible plants. I grow house plants that are meant to look pretty. So I have been using a product that you sprinkle over the soil that kills gnats and any bugs living in there. That's what I thought I failed to understand, is that this product works like being absorbed into the plant, so that if a pest attacks in the plant and kill it on its own. And I've already mixed it into the soil and even sprinkled some on the top of the soil due to increased number of gnats. Only after seeing a TikTok about how one shouldn't use this on edible plants did I do my research. In parentheses, I could have sworn that I did it already. Research it, and any Google told me it was fine to use. Did I see how I truly effed up? So, to people who still don't know why I effed up, if we eat it, it will most likely kill us, if not F us up somehow. I'm an a-hole and I'm going to buy my mom new plants and somehow tell her that the old ones died or something. If my mom magically has read it on this story and the story comes up, this is for her. Some grammar issues in here. Mom, I'm sorry I effed up badly and I'll fix it, I swear. I'll use the money in my piggy bank to get you more of whatever you want. All right, TLDR. I bought a product commonly used for houseplants, meant to look pretty on my mom's edible plants. The product works by absorbing the plant. Okay, so it's just a recap.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah,
basically
TLDR is
summarize,
just too long, didn't read.
That's just, I mean, yeah, she effed up, but I don't think
So,
she meant well.
yeah, because she was trying to keep like bugs and all that out, especially if she has house plants primarily.
Right.
That is a big thing because you know even small plants that I've had over time, sometimes bugs were really just attracted to those specific plants,
Well,
and you
there are a
would
lot of
just see
bugs
them
that
around it.
are just attracted to plants, especially if they're edible.
Yeah.
Like the freaking
Yeah.
avocados, peppers, tomatoes.
Yeah.
A lot of caterpillars can end up crawling on those, to what I know.
Yeah. Honestly, it's definitely bad. I'm not
It's
gonna
not
lie
good.
because honestly, a lot of people, especially if the mom is like, say, planting so that she doesn't have to go to the store and all that to buy
Right.
specific things, or if maybe she's doing some kind of competition, whatever,
Right.
then yeah, that kind of set her back really far. But yeah, the intention wasn't bad,
Yeah, and
you
also,
know.
we also got to understand, especially how pricey plants can be, especially house plants. The fact that she got like 70-ish plants, how much money was that? It must have been a lot of money.
At least
Especially,
$10.
and then I don't know if, and then well, also just depends on the plant too, because I've been to some nurseries before, and some plants are like as simple as $5, and they're like small plants, and then they're bigger
Yeah,
plants. They put bigger vases on the floor. They're up to like $20, 20 to $30. Depends on the
yeah.
size. And then when it comes to edible plants, I don't know how much those would cost. I mean, if you simply have seeds,
I
seeds
would
wouldn't cost
assume,
much.
yeah, I would assume it's probably a mix,
Right.
you know.
But the fact it was a mistake as to thinking that one type of, I think it's like a powder or what, or like a, a little topper for the soil. I don't know. She thought that what she was using for her house plants would work for the edible plants, and turns out it didn't work for the edible plants, and in fact poisoned the plants.
Yeah,
Well, credit where credit's due. She found out before it was too late.
yeah, it could have ended really bad.
Yeah.
Yo, just imagine it was a today I effed up. I accidentally poisoned my mom, and that's it.
Oh
That's
my
it. If
gosh.
that was the title, and this was the story, bro,
That'd have been like a 20 out of
that
10.
would yeah, that would be wild. But
Insane.
yeah, since she didn't poison, since she didn't poison her, that kind of mild. Honestly, I still
I
gotta
don't
give it
think
like
it's
a 5. You know,
5,
yeah,
and a lot of that would take
yeah,
away from the fact that she found out before it was too late. So she knew what she
yeah,
did, and she's taking liberty to fix it.
yeah,
Especially thinking with edible
yeah,
plants,
but
like the seeds, it may not cost as much, but the time to wait for them to grow, it takes a while for them
yeah,
to, especially start growing the fruits.
yeah,
That would take a while. I would say I maybe a 5. A 5 could
yeah,
work.
5, 5. I say 5 because it took them a while to grow it, and just the line. But she is growing more edible foods, lemon seedlings, some type of pepper, tomato starters. A friend and gave her a 1-year-old avocado plant.
Right.
So that means some of these plants, well, at least the avocado one it already took a year.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think
yeah,
that could be a 5 out of 10. Maybe if we're being generous, more like a 4.5. But I think we would round up to 5.
yeah, 5. Yeah, it's just mainly because like the work that it takes.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
that's like that's like saying, "Hey, I accidentally deleted your save file in a game, and
No,
it's
that
your
would be a
primary
10.
save." But
That
in the
would be a
terms
10.
of the green thumb perspective, that kind of feels that way if you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, yep,
Man.
5 out of 10. Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's a good score for it.
All
All
right,
right.
that's our verdict. 5 out of 10. That's how bad
Yeah.
this person effed up. All
All
right,
right. To the next story.
next story. What do we got?
Beautiful. Beautiful. This is a perfect one. This is the one that I'm assuming
Attending the.
will be up there.
What?
Yeah. All
Just the.
right. All right.
Oh, that's
All right.
that's effed up, dude.
Yo, all right. Today I effed up by attending the wrong funeral and giving a eulogy. All right, before we read this, what do you think what do you think our final score is going to be just based on the title?
Oh, maybe a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
I think maybe 6 or 7. First
Yeah.
of all, attending the wrong funeral. So let's be real here. If you attend the wrong funeral, you probably noticed the minute you walk in.
Yeah.
Because normally
I
they'd
just
have like the portrait of the person who died, family members, and other acquaintances in the
yo,
room.
imagine it was an open casket and well, he or she still messed up.
Oh, that's crazy. But like you realize that when you walk in. But the part where he was giving a eulogy, that's I want to find out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get in. Let's get into
All
it.
right.
I want to know.
All right. Today I effed up by attending the wrong funeral and giving a eulogy. This happened 2 weeks ago, and I still want to bury myself out of secondhand shame. My old college roommate passed away. The obituary listed a
Oh.
church I vaguely recognized in the city. So I got dressed in a suit and made my way there, clutching a small speech I wrote about our time together. Everyone was very solemn, dressed in black, but I didn't recognize anyone. I thought maybe it just been that long. When the pastor asked if anyone wanted to speak, I stood up. I gave this emotional 3-minute speech about the guy's love for anime, video games, and how he once ate 30 hot wings and cried watching The Notebook. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Nah.
Wait a
Nah.
minute.
All
Wait
right,
a
all right.
minute. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Why are we laughing at this?
I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. As I walked back to my seat, I noticed the casket had a photo.
Oh, of a 60-year-old man.
Yo, I noticed the casket had a photo of a 60-year-old man. I whispered to the man next to me, "Wait, was that not Kyle Johnson?" He shook his head. "No, that's Kenneth Johnson,
Oh no.
father of 3, Vietnam vet." I slipped out the back in pure horror. Turns out I went to the wrong funeral. TLDR. Gave a heartfelt eulogy about anime and about anime and hot wings at a funeral for a complete stranger.
That's
Still not
funny.
over it.
Okay, that's kind of funny. That's something you'd see in a movie, just
Yo.
a comedy movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yo, that's bad, but it's funny. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, this happened 6 hours ago.
No.
Well, it was written 6 hours ago,
Oh no.
bro.
Oh no.
I don't even know. Yeah, this is bad.
This is bad.
Yo, that was not Kyle Johnson.
No, it wasn't.
That was Kenneth. That
No,
was
it
Kenneth.
wasn't.
Yo, I really hope this is fake. I really hope this is fake.
It doesn't sound fake. Because here's the thing. Someone
Yeah.
could totally misread the pamphlet.
Yo, imagine they just got an obituary, looked at it, saw the picture of the 60-year-old man. I think that's Kyle, and then walked up there. Yo, hold up. We gotta read the comments. We gotta read the comments.
We gotta do that. No, you didn't.
All right, from Willie Monty. So the mix-up was that you had the wrong church, but the names are, but the names also coincidentally happen to be similar. Not only that, but you didn't notice anyone talking about Kenneth and not Kyle. Didn't notice the photo on the casket at all, and no one questioned why a complete stranger was giving a eulogy, usually reserved for family and close friends. Yeah, right. I don't buy it.
There is
Yeah,
some
that's the
truth
part-
to that.
That's the part that I'm like, did this happen?
No, you didn't. Isn't this what happened?
Isn't this
in a
what happened in that BoJack episode?
Maybe,
Yo,
maybe.
I hope so.
Yeah, like Vietnam War ended like 50 years ago. This guy was a 60-year-old Vietnam vet. And when opium is
Yeah.
heard, he was a Vietnamese veteran. But that would probably been like the first,
Yeah.
like if he said like 60-year-old Vietnam vet, I'm like, there ain't no way. There ain't no way.
Yeah. Yo, he
He
was
would have
just real young.
that would have been like one of the most
Really
inhumane
young.
drafts ever. Putting 10-year-olds on the
Yo,
front lines.
just, just straight out the womb.
Right out. It's like, yeah, hey, welcome to Earth. We're throwing you in
That
World War II.
I think that
World War.
baby can fight.
Yeah, well,
I
look.
think that baby can fight.
Yeah, it has that look in his eyes. And here's the thing, it hasn't even opened its eyes yet.
Yeah.
It's-
Yo, I gotta figure out what BoJack episode was that.
well, what's the comment under that one? The Winter Moon 54. Oh, Hun, OMG, I know you're embarrassed, but so dear that you wanted to do that for your friend. See, here's the thing. If this did happen to be a real story,
Yeah.
again, so far all of these people meant well. It just didn't work.
All right. I found the episode. Hold up. It's season 5, episode 6, apparently.
Okay.
It's called Free Churro.
Free churro.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's that's what it's about. Is BoJack reads an entire eulogy at a funeral, only to realize at the very end he's been talking in the wrong room the whole time. It's not even his mother's funeral.
Bro, that sounds just like this story as well.
Bro.
That's crazy.
7 out of 10. 7 out of
Hold
10.
on.
It's over. It's over.
7
Bro
out.
is
What do you
cooked.
think?
Bro is definitely cooked.
That's like. But here's the thing. Is it a real story? Are we just going to assume that it is based on the context of this episode?
You always gotta just assume it's real. Just
Just
assume.
assume it's real. Let's see. So you think it's 7 out of 10?
Yeah. If it's all real.
Probably.
And we had a 10-year-old Vietnam fighter, in the
10-year-old.
war.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's.
Didn't even get to middle school.
I feel like
just straight to
I feel
war.
like if he found out before he went up there, it would have been like down to have another 5 or 6. But the dude went up there and gave the whole speech he wrote down. He said he broke. Did he? I know he cried watching The Notebook. So
yeah, he talked about how he loved anime, video games, and he once ate 30 hot wings and cried watching The Notebook.
That's crazy. You
Definitely
know what?
sounds like a BoJack episode, 100%. But I'm giving it a 7.
I'd say 7 as well.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it's not horrible.
What would you do if you end up going to a funeral and you realize you're at the wrong funeral?
Oh, I would just start making stuff up, bro. I'd be like, oh yeah, my boy Kenneth. Yeah, he ate 30 hot wings. I saw him. He was watching The Notebook, crying. He accidentally touched his eyes after eating those 30 hot wings, and yo, it was crazy.
Just imagine having
That's
a
how I'ma be.
funeral and 2 people were in on the joke saying that, like, hey, after the funeral, someone would get everyone's numbers.
And they would
just
say, I'm just here for the food.
No, and just type in "thanks for coming to my funeral," and just pose as the dead person. That would be freaky.
Yo, opens the casket, pulls him out, lays in it.
Right.
Says, take a picture. Take a picture of me.
That's Hey, you could probably do that with AI now with that kind of picture. It's gotten so advanced, you can fool people with that. All right, so we got 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
It's
Our
it's
highest
prog-
one
it's
so far.
progressively just getting worse as time goes by, dude.
Yeah. Let's see how bad this last one's gonna be. All right. To the next story.
So, oh my gosh. So we got the first one was like what, a 2? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Yeah, it was a
2.
2.5.
Then we got a 5, and now we're
A
up at the
5, then a
7.
7.
That's crazy. Hold on. Do you have a Actually, I'm curious. Was there ever a time that you effed up that you
Yeah.
would talk about on Reddit?
Yeah, there was this time me and my friends went skydiving and I was in charge of the parachutes and I forgot the parachutes.
Oh.
Yeah, they were just regular backpacks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good though. We are good, you
Don't
know.
worry, they landed
They're like
in
pull the
like a
string.
there's
Pull
like
the
a very
string.
big
What string? You know?
Don't worry, there's like this giant net on the ground that caught them. How big
Nah.
would a
Nah,
net
it was
need
like
to
Fast and
be?
Furious, you know? A random car just popped up and caught us. And
How
bro said,
big
for family.
would a net need to be able to catch someone falling from that height?
It would have to be multiple layers. It would
Surely
have to be.
multiple layers.
Because you'd fall through like the first 2 or 3 at least. And then be good by
Like how many
the
layers and
4th.
how big and how high? Because the higher you fall, the larger area coverage you have of landing on top of. Mainly due to all the wind
Yeah.
and the other physics of falling based on your form. I don't know. I'm just pretending like I know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah, I know when some people uh walk on a rope across a mountain, they'll have nets under them.
Yeah.
So even for that, they have usually 1 or 2, probably like 2.
Okay.
So for that, if you're falling out of the sky, gotta be a lot more than that.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
You
To the
ready?
next story.
Next story. Here we go. This person says they effed up by forgetting they were wearing wireless earbuds during a Teams meeting.
How did
Wait a
they
minute.
F
Wait a
up?
minute. Okay, let's not read it yet, but okay, just reading the title. Forgetting you were wearing wireless earbuds during a Teams meeting. Okay. We just
So I'm assuming they weren't muted. That's
probably.
that, yeah, because a Teams meeting. I was thinking Zoom at first. I'm not gonna lie, and I was like,
Right.
maybe
Well, similar structure,
they
right?
like popped up on screen or something like that. But no, wait, what?
It's similar layout for Teams and Zoom, right?
I think you can do cameras, but Teams you can mainly do like cameras off and stuff. You
Okay.
know?
Yeah, Zoom does the same thing. All right, here we
Yeah.
go. I'm going to read this. All right, so 28 male, almost in his 30s, work from home using a wireless earbuds
Yo,
to take
read the
calls.
title.
Okay.
Read the title.
Today I effed up by forgetting I was wearing wireless earbuds during a Teams meeting. At first, it doesn't sound terrible, but we'll probably find out why it's bad. So
Yeah.
I, 28 male, work from home. I use a wireless earbuds to take calls because I hate sitting still. I like to pace around while talking, cleaning the kitchen, or chase my cat out of forbidden zones. Oh, okay. Yesterday we had a big Teams call, cameras off, one of those quarterly strategy syncs that basically translates to a 40-minute word salad from upper management and 10 minutes of questions no one wants to ask. Honestly, relatable. Have you been in those meetings where you're just sitting there listening to your boss
Yeah.
talk about stuff that's like, dude, I don't even know what you're talking about, and you
I was
just
in one a few weeks ago.
sit there and just do the and the yep, and that's crazy, bro, for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
Continuing. Mid-call, I start cleaning, talking to my cat. What the hell are you doing, Gremlin? No, you can't eat plastic, you tiny moron. Then I fart loud, like cartoon sound effect loud. I chuckle and go, geez, that was bold of me. That's when I hear my manager mid-sentence pause. Then another colleague goes, is someone not muted? I look down at my screen. Nope, I was the audio host. Everyone heard everything. I died. Instant respawn. Left the call. Took a fake bathroom break. Later, my boss messages me, great energy today. Kill me. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so in
Yo.
summary, forgot they were the host of a Teams meeting, paced around farting and roasting the cat. Everyone heard, I will never be safe again. Okay, hold on. This has happened so many times during the pandemic.
Nah, people were walking around
This has happened
no clothes.
I am certain this has happened so many times with so many people. I feel like he's making a huge deal out of it.
Yeah.
Now here's the
Yeah.
thing. It would be rough if the person was like, hey, we're letting you go for that kind of stuff on the meeting.
Yeah.
But he
Yo.
really didn't specify, except for the message saying "great energy today." Just simply
Great
apologize,
energy
dude.
today. Nah, don't even apologize. Own it. Be like, I meant to do that. That's me. You're seeing the real me, the authentic me.
I feel
you know?
like he's making this sound worse than it really is.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it's definitely an embarrassing thing, but not to the level of, like attending the wrong funeral or something like that, you know?
Right. No, that's a big F up. This one, I feel
Yeah.
like
This
here's
one,
here's a
you're
short
not going to
story.
be able to go to work again because
Right.
they're all going to call you some like Farty McGee or something like that. I don't know.
But here's the story. Here's the story. I was in college. I was working as a tutor, and we had a monthly meeting, and it was online, Zoom, everything. I was watching memes during the meeting, and I was laughing, and I wasn't muted, so everyone could hear the memes and me laughing. So
Oh,
I'm not on like the level of like, oh, in front of his boss, quarterly meeting, everyone heard it, but like I kind of get the pain this dude feels about not muting and
you
everyone
wrote this
hearing.
story, didn't you?
No, I
This is
didn't.
your story.
Where I work, we don't have quarterly meetings online. We all meet
Yeah.
and we all meet on location, and like the meetings are like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
where I work, we have quarterly meetings, but I don't have to go to them.
you're not in that department, are you?
Nah, I'm not. I'm not there.
You just
Yo,
don't
but I
show
reap
up.
the benefits with the snacks.
No, you just leave a picture of yourself on the table where the meeting is happening, and they'll just be like, "Yeah, he's here."
Yeah. Yeah.
Again,
What do you think of this one?
I feel like it's not as bad as he's making it out to be. I want to hear some comments. Let's see
Yeah.
those comments.
Comments?
Also, when was
by
this
the way,
posted?
this is 2 days ago.
Okay,
2 days ago. Yeah.
So
All right.
yeah.
133
Great
comments.
energy is
and
hilarious.
12K.
Love the farts, man. Keep it up. Another reason
Yeah.
to WFH. Wait, localized farts. Farts are funnier with distance. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Dream big.
Hold up. This is the one.
That's a good meme.
Dream
This
big,
is the
fart loud.
Cody, put that
Yo,
on a
with the
poster
cat.
and put in your room.
With the cat.
These comments aren't making it sound like it was terrible. Wait. Go back up. Go back up to the picture. And stop. The Cinderella man. Boss is a definite mad lad. Great chat to play it down. Hey, respect to the boss. Didn't seem like to make a
Yeah.
huge deal out of it. Or trying to tell a gremlin not to eat plastic works too.
Yo, I just want to know what the boss's reaction was to
I
that
would like to
comment.
know too.
Because, the fart is where everything stopped.
Right?
But what?
We need to know how loud. What was
Yeah.
the decibels of that fart? It was
At least 90. At least
okay. This
90.
one. What a cute Byron says. Next time you're in office, you own it and laugh about it, and people will quickly forget about it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. Joke around with
Yeah.
yourself. Laugh at yourself. Don't let that like ADHD or that constant need to just walk around and do something. You own it, man. That's just who you are.
Yeah.
Now
Never
it's
forget
different.
about it.
Now it's different if it's a constant thing that's happening, but this sounds like it was just a random mistake out of nowhere. And everyone has those days where it's just a mistake.
Yeah. Hold up. Moist Von Lipwig says, some things are too funny to forget. I remember this chap who didn't realize he was on camera and was on the meeting from his bed with his top off. Yo,
I
my bro
swear.
was feeling romantical.
I swear.
Honestly, that's not bad at all, in my opinion.
No. Like I said,
Not professional, but
within the
like,
past like 6 years, 5 to 6 years during the pandemic, I'm pretty
all
sure there
right,
were so many instances of this issue. Maybe even the likes of which are more embarrassing. It's honestly, I don't think it's bad. I
all
think
right.
I think we should rate this.
Hold up. Last one. Let's call the bot checker bot. All right. Analyzing user profile. 100% of intervals between users' comments are less than 60 seconds. One or more of the hidden checks performed tested positive. Suspicion. Yo, hold up. Is that good or bad?
Wait.
0.59. Is that good or bad?
The way that this is typed as well. Wait, does it think that it's like a fake story? Does it
Let's
does it
see.
does it basically check a story to see if they're
Yeah.
lying or not?
Yeah. Good bot. Dead internet theory in action, unfortunately. Honestly,
That's true.
one
Dead
thing
internet is
one
real.
thing that one thing that does happen a lot is that some people do create fully fake stories.
Yeah,
But
that's
then
yeah.
other people will type their story into ChatGPT and
And have
then
it like
have chat have
simplified or
like
yeah,
have it write it in a way that people actually understand it.
right. Now I can tell that there were the one with the plants that was typed by that person because just of grammar.
Yeah.
The first one probably typed to this person. The third one might have been typed by the person or maybe simplified by ChatGPT. I feel like the one
Yeah.
that is most likely to have some form of uh, lies to it is the funeral one. But let's be honest, that story we were invested in that. We were
Yeah.
invested in that story. Now with this one, I don't think it's. I personally don't think it's really much a lie as to saying that because this is entirely possible, especially wearing wireless earbuds that you're not on mute that can pick that have built-in microphones as well. It's very possible to have this mistake because he would be so used to wearing his earbuds in all the time, and he just one time just forgot to mute. And this has happened with so many people over the past few years, maybe even before that. I
Yeah.
I don't think this is a lie personally, but I feel like it's possible that this person could have added like maybe one small detail here and there. Another thing with the
Yeah.
bot, I think it also looks at alliterations and similes in different stories and probably misinterprets it to actual truth. Like when he mentions the cartoon loud bit with the fart, I feel like maybe the bot might have misinterpreted it saying, oh, it was like, oh, a person can't really fart that loud. It's a lie or something. This is so weird. I'm like detective mode on the fart.
Yo, hold up. First one was about poop. This one is about farting. Yo,
Why did you choose these stories?
is Reddit.
You're the one that chose the stories.
Yo, don't blame me.
You chose them.
Blame Reddit.
You chose the stories to review
Yo.
tonight.
All I'm saying is that these were two of the top stories, which is why I clicked it.
You just read the title and thought, this works. You didn't realize what you're getting yourself into here tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. I have the rating on the
Honestly-
screen. What do you think? I want to give this like a 2.
I'd say like
2 or
a
3.
3.
A 3?
3. Yeah. Just because he's gonna feel that one for a while, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, but the thing
yeah.
is, it will be funny to the point where it's like they'll keep joking about it, but it's not really embarrassing anymore because it's now played off as an inside joke.
Yeah.
Especially with if this guy had a good relationship with his boss and other coworkers, it's probably no big deal. If like his coworkers hated him and his boss hated him, oh, that's gonna suck. But based on their response by the boss, like, oh, good energy today, it doesn't sound like it's as bad. So a 3 might be it, especially with how common this stuff has happened. I don't see it as a big deal. It's happened to me before where I haven't muted in. People heard like when I was watching memes or doing stuff in the background. It's happened to me before. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. But
I
you
think
know what?
Yeah, I think the worst time for this to happen would be a job interview.
Yeah.
If this happened during a job interview, I'd probably put it up to like a 5 or 6.
6. That would be a 6, 100%. Because that's your first impression.
Right.
But you know,
What
if
you
it did,
what you need to do in a job interview if you're online, it reminds me of that one meme where this one Brazilian dresses up
Yeah.
as an Arab for like a job interview where his future bosses are all Arab in the Middle East.
yeah.
And when he joins, he's wearing like that red and white sash on his head. All 3 of the
Yeah.
guys interviewing him just cracked up first thing, and he got
Yeah.
hired on the spot. It was so cool. I think about that meme a lot.
Yeah. You know what?
I think
If this was a job interview, he definitely would have blown the competition away.
Oh, yeah, we would. Cody here with dad jokes before GTA 6.
Yes.
All right,
cool.
we give that a 3 out of 10.
Yeah. 3 out of 10. All right.
Okay, that was 4th. We might have time for one more. We've been here for like 40 some minutes. You want to knock out one more, or are you good to end it there?
One more. Let's see. What do we have?
Cody's currently looking through Reddit right now. As you're looking, let's see what do you think
I
was
got
the
it.
what do you think was the best what do you think was the best one so far tonight?
Wrong funeral.
Again,
Easily.
yeah, Wrong Funeral was the best one. Hey, when we're done with this one, we got to rank all of the ones based on how, like, I don't know, the best stories.
Yeah.
Are we
All right.
are we ready for the last one?
We're ready.
By the way,
We're
side
ready.
note, guys, before we do in our last one again, like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this content. Just a quick reminder. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. We're ready. We're
Here
ready.
we go. Oh.
Today I effed up by throwing an angry cat at a neighbor.
Oh, no.
All right.
Here we go.
Yo.
You're
yo.
reading this.
Yeah. Okay. So I should preface this by pointing out No,
Uh-oh.
that's not an
Uh-oh.
excuse.
Uh-oh.
That's not an excuse.
No excuses here.
All right.
There are no
Okay, so I
excuses
should
here on
preface
the Abyss
this by
podcast.
pointing out I'm autistic. It's not an excuse. I know. At least this person knows.
Right. No excuses here on
But
the
it might
Abyss.
explain why this happened. So on the street there's a cat that likes to sit at the end of our drive on some metal bins my mom has.
He's British.
Yeah.
Just
It
the
says
word
mum.
mum. He's British.
Everyone else's is plastic, modern bins, but my mom insisted on metal ones for
No,
some
you
reason.
gotta say mum.
Mum.
You gotta say it that way.
Anyhow,
Put a little
the cat
British
loves
accent
them.
on it.
Yeah, nah, bro. That's too much. That's too much. Anyhow, the cat loves them, but kind of hates me for some reason. If I go near it, it just hisses at me and arches. On top of this is my next door neighbors. They have a kid I used to be really good friends with, but once I wet myself around their house, and he never liked me since. He now bullies me at school and nicknamed me Peanut Head, which I really don't like. Yo, how old is this person?
I'm sorry.
I want to know that. I want to know how old Peanut Head is.
I will-
Um,
This was posted 4 hours ago.
4 hours. All right. On this particular day, we were both on the school bus home, and he threw a half-eaten peanut butter sandwich at me, and it got all in my hair. And he started a chant on the bus, yelling, "Peanut, peanut," and I hated it.
Peanut. I know,
think
I'm
this story
bad
is
for that.
real. I think this story is real because of the typos.
Maybe.
When we got off the bus, is closer. When we got off the bus, is closer to my house than his, and he was walking behind me. And as I got to my drive, the nasty cat was on the bins as usual, and without thinking, and by complete surprise of the car, very surprised as it didn't scratch me. I grabbed the cat
Yeah.
by the back of the neck,
Describe.
like they show you, and started spinning like mad. The cat made, so many typos. The cat made a weird sound like a police car underwater. And then I stopped and suddenly threw the cat at my neighbor. The cat went mad and scratched him really bad. It was really, really funny, and I ran to my house before he could chase me. I know it's bad, and I don't know why I suddenly did it, but it did feel good. TLDR, I threw a now very angry cat at my neighbor who's a bully, and it scratched him very badly.
Oh, it was the bully. So he
Yep.
threw the cat at the bully. So he got vengeance. Is that what he's saying? He got
Yeah.
vengeance on a bully.
Vengeance. Yeah. Yeah. You know.
He grabbed that cat and just started going jump back, kick back, flip around and spin. Ninjago.
Yeah,
Ninjago.
when people are throwing insults like Peanut Head at you,
Hey,
I think they deserve to get
if
attacked
this
by a
kid
cat
is
personally,
British
you
and
know.
you call him Peanut Head, it might be worse than it sounds.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's like freaking Gordon Ramsay calling you a donut.
That's like calling you an idiot sandwich, you know? Honestly,
Hey,
this one
how is it
I
an
feel
F
like
up?
What was
the repercussions of this
the
actions?
person threw. I have no idea, but the F up was that they threw the cat.
He probably effed up, and the repercussion was, oh, the bully's either gonna double down, or parents are gonna get involved. Other than
Yeah,
I feel like this kid. I feel like
parents.
this kid is somewhere around maybe middle school-ish and almost to high school. I feel like it.
You know,
Maybe mid to late high
Yeah.
school. Depends.
if they're in high school and still calling each other Peanut Head and throwing
They're
peanut butter
British.
sandwiches.
No offense,
Yeah.
I'm British too. Okay,
Yo, you said they're British. They
I'm
don't know
making
what
fun of
they're
my own
doing.
ethnicity here. Okay,
You are not British, bro.
I'm part.
I hear your voice. I hear
wasn't
the
born in
voice.
England.
Yeah. Yeah. This one isn't horrible just because it is
I don't think
a
it's bad.
vengeance story. Just
should-
because of the
yeah.
vengeance. If the kid was a friend or just a former friend and they just like
Oh
weren't
yeah.
just didn't hang out and he did it, you
Then
know
yeah,
what?
friendship ruined forever.
Yeah. Yeah, then I'd be like, yeah, that's like a 7 at least, but because it's a bully, I'm giving that a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2. Yeah.
You think it's a 2, really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, what about you?
I don't know. I mean, again, it's just like the last story. I feel like he's making it sound worse than it really is.
Nah,
Again,
just
we don't
because
know. We don't
kid got
know the.
attacked.
Yeah. But the thing is,
Kid got attacked.
if this, here's the thing. Let's fantasize, if we will. Let's say the bully was the one writing this story, and it ended with the victim throwing the angry cat at him. I would have put that up at like an 8.
Yeah.
Because trust me, I've been bullied before, and it's rough. And oh my gosh, there were multiple times where I was like about to make them regret ever talking to me. I didn't, but there were times.
Yeah. Bro was about to throw a cat at him.
No, I swear there was one day I got so mad I was about to throw a desk at somebody. I swear.
Bro
Mid
could have
class
been a
guy.
D1 crash out. Could have
It,
been a
it would have
D1
been
crash
it would
out.
have been like it would have been like the like top 10 crash outs in that school history, dude. But the thing is, it's like, let's say if the bully was the one writing this, then okay, fine. It would have been a lot worse. But if it's the victim, again, we don't really know why it's a F up.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
this would
really
have been.
think it's just over the fact that he threw the cat, didn't mean for it to attack the
Yeah,
kid,
yeah.
you know.
That being, I feel like that's the reason why you might call it an F up. I feel like this story might have also more been fit in. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a Reddit out there where people like vengeance on bullies or something. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a subreddit for that. But yeah, you're probably right. The F up might be because he didn't mean to hurt the bully.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what honestly, he didn't aim for the kid, like he
No,
didn't aim for the
no.
bully.
Again, he was
Yeah, so
spinning, and he just at a point let go after the spin, and the cat just so
this
happens
is
to hit the bully.
this is a sitcom situation,
It does sound like a
in my
sitcom
opinion.
situation.
Yeah.
Imagine the cat all over the bully. You hear the laugh track over all of it, and then after that, while he's on the ground recovering, you have like the rock transition to the exterior shot of the house or something.
Yeah.
I think this is. I might give this a 3.
All right.
Actually,
A 3.
yeah, I would say a 3. What do you think?
Yeah, I was maybe a 2.5,
Two
honestly.
point five.
I don't think it's horrible just because just because it's a bully. That's it. You know? I can tell you
Right.
that kid is not going to mess with them again.
Probably not. No. I know there are many stories out there that end up resulting in like the victim getting back at the bully, and the bully is like humbled forever. Like, wouldn't even get in like a 6-foot radius of the victim.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was crazy. 2.5 sounds good. So that's
Yeah.
that's Reddit.
Yeah.
I think we should
So
rank.
that was
I think we should rank
all right. Yeah, let's rank it. Let's
worst
rank.
story to best story. Worst one, I think, and in terms of like how bad the F up is, we're not gonna worry about that. I think we should rank it based on how we reacted to it, based like best
Yeah.
like worst reactions to the best reactions. I feel like
Yeah. All right.
I feel like uh, This one or the online meeting one might be last place for me at number 5. I'll probably put
Huh.
the online meeting at number 5 just based on like how common it has been a thing for the past few years. And then the angry cat at the neighbor probably at number 4.
Hmm.
Because again, it's probably those probably weren't as bad as these people made it sound.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, I think I would have to go. Man, at number 5, I would have to go the meeting. Yeah. I'd have to go probably the meeting one. Uh, actually, no. I'd have to go the productivity one
Productivity
that
one.
made the. Yeah, the one that made the guy poop
Okay.
at number 5. So,
Actually, I'm a change my ranking. So number 5, I'm going to put the online meeting. Number 4, I'll put
yeah.
the productivity one,
All right.
and then number 3 would be
All
the
right.
angry cat for me.
Yeah.
That's my ranking.
So, yeah, for me, I think it has to go the productivity that became a laxative.
Yeah.
Then the meeting with the where the dude farted. And 3 has to be the anger cat.
All right.
At
Yeah. What's your
2,
number 2?
the plants.
The plants.
You know. Yeah.
Hey, we know. Hey, we knew going into this ranking. We knew the funeral one was going to be number 1.
Funeral's number 1.
Funeral's number
Yeah.
1, and the plants. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only difference
The
between us is
funeral
I think
took it
like the
all.
bottom 3.
Yeah.
That's the funeral one. I'm curious if that was a real story. If it was, then I feel bad for that dude. If not, then good storytelling from the guy. We were invested in that story.
Yeah. You know, I think all the stories were pretty good.
Not
But
bad.
the funeral one, that took it.
That took it
you
next
know.
level, dude.
Yeah. That was actually straight out of a BoJack episode.
Right. IRL
Yeah.
BoJack episode.
Yeah. Man. I just want to know if it was real, what were the people's actual reactions?
I feel like if I was at that funeral, I probably would have been confused. Like, who is this guy? But normally, the basic human reaction was just to wonder who this guy is. Because you've been at a funeral and someone's up giving a eulogy and you've never seen them before. And you really don't ask questions. Because, like, oh, you just assume, oh, this person knew this guy. But when we have someone taking a eulogy for like a 60-year-old person, that will bring suspicion. Like, who is this guy? Especially with the eulogy he gave.
Yeah.
I think that that was the biggest F up of the night. The wrong funeral.
Yeah.
They get the
Yeah,
award for
you know-
worst F up on the Abyss. I don't know if that's an
I say it
honor
like this.
or a curse.
I'll say it like this. Anything that BoJack would do, it's automatically number 1.
Okay. If it's the BoJack thing, yeah. That's what we're looking for is IRL BoJack episodes.
Yeah. I know a guy that's like that.
Alright, I
All
think
right.
that's it.
I think that's it. All right. So make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. And we'll be back next time with more Reddit chaos, bad decisions, and hopefully fewer airborne animals.
Airborne. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, comment a idea in the comments if you guys want us to talk about that. We'll give you a shout out if we select your comment. And that is it from us. Hope you enjoyed this episode.
Peace.
All right, bye bye.